planet is heating up. Global warming is not just a future threat, it's happening right now. Driven mainly by greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide. Global warming is causing more extreme weather, rising sea levels, and threatening ecosystems around the world. But did you know that cows are one of the biggest contributors to methane emissions? In fact, livestock is responsible for about 14% of all greenhouse gas emissions. Cows actually produce methane during digestion through a process called enteric fermentation. This methane is released mostly by burping, and it's over 25 times more potent than carbon dioxide at trapping heat in the atmosphere. So, by introducing beneficial microbes or genetically modifying existing ones in the cow's digestive system, we can actually reduce methane production during digestion. These microbes would either suppress methanogenic archaea, the organisms responsible for producing methane, or alter fermentation pathways to produce less gas. Alternatively, adding certain feed additives like seaweed or plant extracts can help inhibit methane-producing enzymes. Reducing methane from livestock is a fast and effective way to slow down climate change. Unlike carbon dioxide, methane breaks down in the atmosphere within a decade. So, reducing emissions now can lead to relatively quick climate benefits. By using biological solutions, we can make this Earth more sustainable without sacrificing productivity, helping the planet and ensuring security for future generations.
Genetically modified organisms in farming can help cut down greenhouse gases by making crops grow better and stronger, so farmers don't need to clear more land or farm more intensively. For example, GMO plants that need less fertilizer or water can reduce the amount of nitrous oxide released from using too much fertilizer. GMOs can also make plants resistant to pests, which means farmers don't have to use as many chemicals that can hurt the environment and produce gases. For livestock, GMOs like special feed can help animals digest food better, which can lower the amount of methane they produce during digestion. GMOs can also help rice plants grow well in less water, reducing methane emissions from flooded fields.
This genetically modified organism-based solution offers multiple benefits to society. First, it directly addresses environmental concerns by reducing two major greenhouse gases. Second, it supports sustainable agriculture, allowing farmers to continue their work while adopting eco-friendly practices. Third, it can help ensure food security as healthier animals and more efficient crops contribute to a more stable food supply. Overall, using genetically modified organisms to reduce agricultural emissions is a practical and science-based strategy that balances environmental responsibility with the economic needs of farming communities.
The Promise GMO focuses on introducing genetically engineered microbes into the digestive system of livestock, specifically cattle and carabaos, to reduce methane emissions. These microbes naturally involved in the digestion would be modified to either decrease methane production or convert it into less harmful products. The engineered microbes will be introduced through fed or microbial supplements, working alongside the animal's natural gut bacteria. This approach could be lead to a significant reduction of methane emission from livestock, a major contributor to climate change. A promising and more sustainable solution lies in biotechnology, specifically the use of genetically modified organisms or GMOs. One innovative approach is to introduce GMO microbes into the digestive system of livestock. This specifically significant microbes help reduce the production of methane inside the animal's body without harming their health or productivity. At the same time, scientists are also developing genetically modified crops that are more efficient in using nitrogen, which can significantly reduce the need from synthetic fertilizer and the turn lower nitrous oxide emission.
Using GMOs to reduce methane emissions in cows sounds like a win for the planet, right? But behind the science, there are ethical concerns we need to address responsibly. First, there's the environmental impact. Genetic changes might seem helpful, but they could affect ecosystems in ways we don't expect, like soil quality or nearby wildlife. That's why we need strict regulations, long-term studies, and regular monitoring to keep nature safe. Second, equity and corporate control. GMO tech is often owned by big companies, which means small farmers might get left out. The solution? Governments and researchers should support open access GMO tech, making it fair, affordable, and available to all, especially in developing regions.
We often hear about the science behind GMO, but what about the question they raise? Are they really safe, fair, and responsible? When it comes to livestock, like cattle and carabao, there are two main ethical concerns. First is the animal welfare, making sure that the genetic changes don't harm the animal's health or well-being. Second is the food safety. People are concerned about the possible long-term effect of consuming meat or milk from the genetically modified or GMO-fed animals. That's why GMO use in animals should always be guided by strict testing, transparency, and always respect for both human and